Another night where I barely slept. This thing going on grabbing Travis. Those two kids that we have, they think it's something to celebrate, but I'm gonna have to be the big bad wolf and stomp that dream down because it was way too easy. These fuckers, they've always been one step ahead. Well, how the hell did we get Travis that easily? Something's not right. And situation ain't second. And having a split mind in this moment like this is not the best thing to have either, with everything going on back home. The only thing I know is I'm gonna have to be crushing some dreams tonight. Because last night was just too easy.
Alrighty. So, everyone is waking up as usual and getting their days started however they please. Colette is going to see the group message that Alejandro sent when he woke up this morning and just sort of gonna just like roll her eyes and just kind of not impressed, not excited for the day, not excited to be a member of this coterie anymore after everything that has happened. She's sort of over it. So she's just gonna hang out in her room for a little while, like probably like the first hour of the night. She's not gonna come out of her room. She's just gonna be holed up in her room for like an hour-ish, doing her own thing.
Nix had received a message from Sparta, and she's going to be with him for a little bit at the beginning of the night, very, very beginning of the night. And then I guess we'll both go and meet up with Alejandro in the main room in the house.
Yep, as soon as we get back. We'll get back a little earlier than I would normally get back.
Alrighty. So then we'll go ahead.
Alejandro's just sitting in the living room, just pretty much iron faced at this
Waiting.
point. Yep.
All right. So we'll go ahead and start it out with Sparta and Nyx arriving back. And you guys see Alejandro in the living room when you come back into the house.
I'm gonna do my hunger
Oh, yeah.
roll right now.
Everyone do their hunger roll. I always forget.
I'm hungry.
Oh, Colette's hungry too.
Now I'm the one unprepared. Let me find my dice roll.
Hey, I'm not hungry for once.
Nice. Oh, I'm really uncomfortable and I don't know why. Can't get comfy today.
And Sparta's hungry.
Perfect. 3
Great.
out of the 4 of the group. It's fine. It's only 2 hunger. No big deal.
Nah.
All right. So you guys walk in the house and Alejandra's chilling on the couch, waiting, looking very serious.
As we walk through the door and I see Alejandro, I'll look at him and say, "So what is it that we need to talk about?"
Once
Yeah,
everyone's
Nix
here,
is just following.
once everyone's here, we're gonna be talking about last night.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
feel like the look on her face is exactly how Nyx would look right now.
Oh no, I am like literally, I'm in care.
She's
Like the
like,
expressions that you see me, if I'm in the scene, I'm actually there doing that. What about last night?
Once everyone's here, we'll have a chat about it. You guys want to go and get Colette?
I'm not going to get her.
Me neither. I'm smarter than that. I don't know if anybody else picked up on this, but it doesn't seem like Colette is having a good time.
And she definitely won't be happy to see me.
Fuck did you do?
Do you remember last night?
Dude, I'm on 2 hours sleep.
Fuck it. Sparta takes out his phone and texts Colette. We're about to have a meeting.
by the way, out of character, sleep is not
Yeah.
an option for vampires. You don't
sleep.
you don't choose how much you sleep.
Mhm.
You're literally
And-
forced into a slumber all day long,
Yep.
and then you wake up suddenly at night. So
And you're arrested no matter what.
Yeah.
Because there's no like grogginess or whatever. You literally instantaneously are like,
yeah, it's not really
On it.
needed for vampires. It's just something that happens to your body during the day. You are forced into like a
it
slumber.
shuts down.
Yeah,
It just
so,
shuts down
anyway.
as soon as the sun comes up.
Anyway, moving on. So Sparta's going to get Colette.
No, he takes his phone out and messages
Oh, okay,
her.
okay.
We're about to have a meeting. He's not going upstairs.
Okay. What does he message?
We're about to have a meeting. If you want to come down.
If you want to come down. After a couple of minutes, you hear a door open and close from upstairs, and Colette comes downstairs and sits in one of the chairs.
Glad to see you joining us.
She doesn't say anything.
Nyx is literally rolling her eyes like 30 times.
So yesterday, Nick, Sparta, what did you guys feel about yesterday?
I thought it was a win, but from the way everybody's been acting, I'm starting to wonder.
What about you, Nix?
Does it matter?
You're part of the team. It does matter.
I mean, I thought it was a good thing, but what do I know? Everybody's fucking bummed out and like you're acting as weird as always. I guess it's not enough. So let's hear it. Why is it not enough? Why wasn't it good enough? What's happening? Enlighten me. Without like Gollum riddles though. Please. I don't have any patience.
I'll tell you guys exactly what's going on. It was way too easy.
What do you mean?
Think of it like this. Every interaction that we've had with Travis or fucking whatever his face is, I can't remember his name right now. They've always been one step ahead of us. Every single time. You really think for 1 second we could catch Travis that easily? That was way too easy.
I mean,
Okay.
he was hiding, and Lindsay's the one that gave us the information.
Yeah, and it did take her
So,
like 2 weeks to gather the information, so maybe we weren't part of gathering the information, but it was a extended period of time for her to find him, right? Or no? Am I wrong?
no, it's been a while, and I mean,
Like, I
if
agree
it
with
takes
you
her
that
for a while,
maybe like I don't know, probably I was even me, like not knowing anything about this stuff, but maybe a few extra guards, probably, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Maybe
tired.
have you guys ever thought about maybe it was just acting like the Thin Bloods were a sacrifice? Has that
Like a bait?
thought? Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, and if it is, what do we do?
We're back to square one. That's where we are at. Well, depending what Lindsay has found out.
I'm sure Lindsay will be able to get any information out of him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that.
And he might lead
But
us to something.
that depends. Because didn't we see Travis walk out of the same motel room that started the whole debacle?
No.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Hmm. Just a couple of things I've been thinking about.
Okay, elaborate.
Well, it's kind of a weird one because you you and Colette who went in there, you say it was nothing but a sweet old lady.
Mm.
Yet from Sparta's side and Levy's side and myself saw three goons.
Okay.
I mean, we did do some weird shit, but they didn't come out willing to sacrifice themselves.
I mean, you pretty much saw what Levy saw.
I mean, they were acting weird, but like I said, they weren't acting anywhere near like what the Thin Bloods were.
Well, okay, but like what is the point of like sitting here and discussing like this hypothetical like situation? Like shouldn't we just like go and talk to Lindsay and see what she found before we like fill our brains with paranoia and shit? Because I honestly don't want to live like that. Because okay, like is he a bait? Cool. We got to work with that anyway. Like it's not that we have another thing to work on. We have Travis right now. And Nyx is like looking at Colette and Sparta like, am I fucking crazy or like am I crazy? Like what is going on?
I agree. I mean, we grabbed Travis, and Lindsay's getting any information she can out of him, and so until we hear from her, I mean, I'm pretty sure she would be able to tell us if something weird had happened to Travis.
I mean, I know for a fact I'm not the only detective here. Colette, was this a victory or was it a very awkward victory?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you, but I also agree with Nyx.
Well,
I mean, if you want to share your thoughts, then share your thoughts, but there's no sense in sitting around speculating things and trying to make everybody in whatever fucking mood you're in.
says the moody one. Text Levy and see if we can meet Lindsey.
I don't answer to you. Text him your fucking self.
Hicks is gonna like get up and like go over to the crafting room really fast. I'm just gonna go change really fast.
I'm actually. I want to work as a team. You're giving me shit about trust and all that shit.
I already
Last
said I
few
don't
times I've
answer to
ruined
you. Don't give me
myself.
orders. If you want to text Lev, text Lev. You have his number just like the rest of us do. Don't know who you think died and made you king of this house, but we don't bow down to you and kiss your feet. If you want to do something, do something. Don't bark orders at me.
Sparta's not saying a word. He's just keeping his mouth shut.
Alright. Some people are truly right about you. Alejandro picks up his phone and texts Lev and asks for a meeting with Lindsey. Or asks for pretty much if any information has come concerning Travis.
You don't get a reply.
Well,
In fact,
getting
Sparta,
anything.
when you went to train, Lev was not there.
Ooh. I'll look at Alejandro and I'll say, I didn't see him this morning. I think he might be busy.
Well, that's the closest contact we have to Lindsey. That's the problem.
Well, then, we're going to have to figure out something to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can't just show up to the club.
Why not?
That probably won't.
It's a club. It's a pub.
True.
Like, I don't know about you before this whole shit started, but didn't you go out? Didn't you go to a club and have a little bit of fun, dance a little bit?
No.
I mean, just
Do I
because we are
look
who
like
we
a
are this.
dancer?
Well, you're definitely a fucking bird boy for sure. Caca.
Hey,
Like,
we were told to give a signal.
hey, I'm gonna call you bird boy. We could spend an hour of training, but in a way, Colette's right. We don't have to like always contact Lindsey at all times. We can do shit on our own.
Yeah. Then what do you
Because we
suggest?
know, like, well,
Because you
what I
seem
suggest
like
is actually,
you were the detective, so I do respect that. You're going to be the one that clearly has more insight into it than we do.
well, the first things first. This coterie needs some training. And
Clutch
someone
just
needs
gonna
to.
scoff and get up and go into the little room with Nyx while you guys finish your conversation.
And you're one of those people's, Colette.
We could take the fight outside and see who needs the training if you really want to.
Oh, I know I need the training in toughness. But what you need is speed.
Not everything's about being fast, my friend.
Not everything is about being tough.
Didn't say it was.
As we
You're the
stand
one
right
trying to be
now-
the tough guy.
As I see it right now,
Are you talking to us?
I'm
Okay.
talking to you actually, Colette. As I see it right now,
Nyx, if you're talking,
learn
you're
some-
muted. I was like, is she yelling at us or is she like on the phone or something?
No. I because I had like somebody with a boombox down
okay,
underneath
okay.
my, so that's why.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and also the stream is lagging, so I don't know what's happening there. Sorry.
That's okay. It'll fix itself.
I don't know what the fuck. Stabilize. It's been like green, red for a while, and
It seems to
giving me
do this at
anxiety.
the start. Like, it always is weird
gives
at the
me
start and then it
Yeah.
evens out for some reason.
Better fucking even out, bitch. But no, Nyx is gonna like literally as she's hearing, because Colette, you came over, right?
Yeah, Colette's like walking toward Nyx
Mhm.
as she
So,
replied.
Nyx never stopped hearing it, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you're
She'll
not that
like
far away.
whenever Alejandro is like starting to get agitated at Colette, like Nyx is gonna get up and be like, "What the fuck are we doing? We're doing this again? Why? For what? To waste time? We're literally wasting time. Stop being a fucking crybaby, Jesus Christ."
I haven't said
I'm
jack shit,
over
little
it.
girl. How about you shut the fuck up before I fucking punch you out?
Oh, try me, bitch. Try me.
Colette's just gonna like shake her head and sit down in the chair in Nyx's little Project Runway room.
You should be the one that like is kind of helping out, and the only thing you do, Alejandro, is speak in riddles, not be clear, and make everybody aggravated and paranoid. I understand that you're worried. I get it. Everybody here is. Okay? We need to do shit. We can't talk anymore. I am done. I am done with this. I am done. I'm over it.
If you're done, go walk in the sunlight.
No, you go, because apparently you're so miserable that you always need to bring everybody down with you. So stop being miserable and walk outside if you want.
Look who's
I'm
talking
over
about
it.
being miserable.
She'll just like get out of the house and like go fucking smoke outside.
Sparta will look at Alejandro and say, "Why do you always got to pick a fight with them?"
Because
You
sometimes
say
the
you
anger
gotta-
pulls out their. Sometimes the anger pulls out their full potential. That's why.
Or it'll get him killed.
That's down to how they listen. That's how they learn. Sparta, you know I'm a dick. We worked together before.
I know it. But you don't
I
push
don't
my buttons like
exactly
you push
hide it.
theirs. And the last time you did, you ended up with the broken leg.
Yeah, you nearly
Amen,
end up.
brother.
And you nearly ended up dead if it hadn't been for my broken legs. But either way, you guys can do whatever the fuck you guys want. I'm gonna go down to the club and see if I can see Lindsey.
All you had to say at the beginning. We asked you what we should do because you are the detective. So let's go to the club
I'm not the only
instead of
detective
sitting here
with it.
fighting. none of this is helping us. So let's go to the club. At least that's a direction we can go in instead of sitting here fighting with each other. And Sparta will walk out the house.
As soon as you walk out, Sparta, you're gonna see Nyx literally pacing, like, back and forth, like, grunting. Like, fuck off. And just, like, doing that, like, pacing in front of, like, on the porch.
Once he sees that, he'll look at Nyx and say, I know how you feel. We're going to the club.
Was it so hard to just be like, let's go to the club? Like, was it so hard? Sparta, I don't get it. Like, literally, I want to ask, like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like, I'm not learning. I only get aggravated and agitated all the time. Like,
I know he can be
I
tough.
don't want this. Like, what kind of help is this shit? Like, this is no help.
And every time he tries, he always speaks in riddles and just tries to push everybody's buttons. But this is the situation. And even if you have to get mad at him, we do have to work together. So all we can do is the best we can. And if you have to punch him out every now and then, punch him out.
No, I saw what happened when you punched him, and then, like, shit got real, and, you know, I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. I'm not as resilient as you are. I'm fast, but I'm not tough.
Well, I'd never let it get too serious between you guys.
I just think that it's a waste of time. And I just want to, like, move on. And I'm just tired of the waste of time. That's what I'm tired about. Because one thing, like, my death taught me is that time is important. Even if it's forever, even if now I have forever.
And you're not wrong. We're still, even though we have Travis, we're still one step behind at the moment. So I do think we need to do something. Even if they, like he said, it was bait, at least we have something. You know, I'm all about spring trap.
Again, like, I don't, like, even if it's like you said, it's we got somebody that was on their side. It doesn't matter if they gave it to us as a freebie to, like, throw us off. It's still somebody that was working with them that is with us now.
Colette's gonna walk out in the middle of you guys talking.
Mm-hmm.
And join you.
So, I'm sorry, Colette. I just can't.
You don't need to apologize to me.
I mean, I slapped my hand so hard I hurt myself.
Yeah, you were really passionate, but...
You know, it's that Colombian blood.
I don't know. I'm pretty annoyed as well. I just handle it differently. I can't allow my emotions to get the better of me, otherwise bad things happen.
Right. Yeah.
And he can bring it out of us, that's for sure.
As you guys are talking, 2 cars are going to begin driving up the driveway. The first car is this, it's kind of like a silvery, purpley, it's really beautiful colored car. It's a small sports car of what you can see sort of from the distance. And then behind it is a black SUV. And as they sort of get closer, you can see that the SUV is Ashley's Range Rover. And Colette is going to say, yeah, this, I was going to prepare you for this, but, you know, then Smeagol happened inside. So, anyway, and as soon as like Colette finishes saying that, both of the cars are going to pull up. And Ashley is actually driving the sports car, and she's going to get out and be like, surprise! And she's going to like run over to you, Nyx, and like she's like totally in her zone. Ashley's like completely unaware of the fact that there's like probably a shit ton of tension in everyone. And she's going to put her arm around you, Nyx, and be like, I thought we needed to celebrate, you know, because everything's been so like, and I bought you this. And she gestures towards the car, and it is a Porsche, and it is incredibly nice, and it is your present from Ashley.
Oh, Nyx loves giving presents, and she loves receiving presents, so she's gonna be like, everything is canceled, and she's gonna be like, can I hug you?
Duh! And she's gonna like...
And so she's gonna hug Ashley really tight, and like, she's gonna like run over to the car and like go around and be like, oh my god, it's so fucking cool, I love it!
Colette's just gonna like sit on the porch steps like, yeah, this is gonna take a few minutes. Like,
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. She's just gonna be like jumping around, like being like opening the car and being like, oh my god, this is so nice. Ah!
Yeah, it is really nice. It is a Porsche Panam, I don't know how to say that. Panamera, I guess. It's a little 2-door sports car. Here, I'll send you the actual picture of the one that is like hers, that I drew inspiration from. Give me a moment. The screen's gonna go funny. So this is her car. If it will load. There we go.
Nice.
I'm assuming the wheels and stuff might not look exactly like that, but that's the color of it anyway. And it is super nice. It's very luxury, which you can imagine being a gift from Ashley.
Oh, it's really pretty. I'm gonna show.
It's really pretty.
But you said that it's gold?
No, it's that color. It's like
that color.
It's like that silvery, like purpley color.
Mm-hmm. Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
So you guys are just dancing around the car at the moment.
I am. I'm like, I'm gonna go in, and I'm like gonna like touch everything, and I'm gonna look at it. Yeah, I'm all up in the car.
While you're super distracted, Penelope is going to step out of the Range Rover, which was following behind. And she's gonna kind of like approach the driver's side as you're like sitting in there, like playing with everything and looking at everything. And you already know from Penelope that she's much more serious than her sister. So she's sort of just gonna kind of like stand there watching you, but she's like smiling, like, this is exciting. And after a few minutes, she's gonna be like, we thought that we should officially welcome you properly to the city. And she's gonna look over at Colette and Sparta, 'cause she knows obviously they're like within earshot. She's gonna just maybe lower her voice a little, but probably not a whole lot, because I feel like Toreadors are kind of proud. And she's gonna go on to say that that it's about time you start. How do I want to word this? I don't know how I want to word this. Hold on. Because Penelope is a little bit more ruthless than her sister. She's basically going to communicate that it's about time that you start hanging out with your own, so to speak. And finding your true place in the city.
This is really exciting. Thank you, Penelope, for
of course
welcoming in the family. You have no idea how much it means to me. I felt out of place for the last month completely, and can I hug you?
She's gonna like laugh and be like, yeah, you can hug me.
She's gonna hug Penelope too. Like, thank you very much.
Yeah. Ashley's gonna like come bouncing around and be like, yeah, so we kind of realized, like when you had to go through everything that you went through in the last 2 weeks, that maybe you didn't really feel like you belonged with us, but that's not the case. You definitely belong with us, so we wanted to make sure you knew.
Well, this makes me so excited to do a lot of like cool things, especially like knowing that you guys are amazing artists as well. When, this whole shit show is over, I cannot wait to collaborate. I've been working on some music and new stuff, exciting, a little bit out of my comfort zone. So there's a lot that we should be talking about that doesn't revolve this whatever shit that is going on.
Yeah, this is like, I feel like I'm living in like a movie or something. Well, I mean, I'm not living in it. I'm kind of watching it.
Like, I know, right?
You're living it.
Yeah, like, yeah. And you know how much shit I get all the time because I'm always like, oh my God, this looks like it's a movie and la la la. And then like people are like, this is not a movie. I'm like,
Ashley's gonna laugh. Penelope is going to break off and go stand over next to Colette and Sparta and sort of like address both of you and just kind of stand there as Ashley.
Yeah, I'm just like shit talking with Ashley at this point.
It also appears that obviously you're not sure about Penelope because I don't know if you guys have actually in character talked about your suspicions of Penelope. I don't think you have you? No. Okay. But you don't get any inclination, I guess, from either of them that they know anything about what's going on with Travis, by the way. So, they're just sort of there with a very expensive car. And Ashley's gonna like go on and she's gonna be like, oh my God, like I can't wait to show you the houses that are available. Like we're going to have so much fun. And like she's just like in a whole little world, like welcoming you and like getting ready to embrace you into the family. So that's the conversation that is happening with Ashley and Penelope. I mean, sorry. And then yeah. Penelope is gonna go over to Sparta and Nyx. Fuck me. God dang it. Colette. I can do this. And she's also, by the way, when Penelope and Ashley are in a scene, Penelope doesn't have her accent. I don't care. Don't come at me. Penelope has a European accent, but she doesn't have it when Ashley's around because it's way too fucking hard for me to switch back and forth between them. Anyway, moving on. Penelope's gonna sort of like look down at Colette and say, maybe speak. And they're gonna sort of distance themselves from everyone and go and have a secret chat yet again. Leaving you alone on the steps, Sparta. Is Alejandro still in the house, or has he come out yet?
No, Alejandro's gone back to the training room. He is just
Oh, okay.
having his way with the punching bag at this point.
Got it.
Sparta sits there and just watches Ashley and Nyx have this crazy, exciting moment, not knowing what to do. He's like, what do I do?
What do I do? So after a few minutes, Colette and Penelope are gonna have their chat. Then they'll join Sparta again, and Colette will say, so the plan is to go to the club. Apparently that was Alejandro's plan, yet he hasn't come out yet. So there's that.
I'll go get him.
Okay.
And then I'll walk in the house towards the training room.
All right. Ashley, Penelope and Colette will sort of join up with Ashley, and you guys have talked a lot. You can imagine. Like 1,000 probably subjects.
By the way, in the meanwhile, I totally pride on what is her favorite stylist, what is her favorite type of clothing, what is her favorite like type of like textile shit, and also her measurements.
Okay. I will make sure you get all of that information, because that is not shit I've ever thought about. Yeah. She told you all of those things.
Of course she did.
And she knew exactly.
Well, because I told her that I am working to be a great seamstress, because I've been just like doing that. And so
Very
as
true.
a thank you, I wanted to like custom make something for her as well.
Perfect. She also would have talked to you about the next event for Desire, because you guys talked about doing some type of collaborating for that and having you perform.
Yes.
So she did talk to you also about that, and that would be like another 2 weeks away roughly, because of the time hop. But we can talk in more detail about that, have an actual conversation. Colette is gonna sort of interrupt and be like, all right, I guess we're gonna go meet Lindsey. You can take your new ride if you want. It's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, I am going to.
Sadly,
Yes,
I don't think either of the guys can drive, so I'd much rather ride with you, but I think I probably should drive them. 'Cause it is only 2-door. Like, it's a 2-seater, so. Colette would much rather be in the car with you than be in the car with the guys, especially alone.
I feel for you, and if you wouldn't mind, I would not like to crash this car the first ride. So if I could get Sparta in here, even though maybe he might not fit in this car. Nah, like we'll just like push this seat all the way back. He'll be fine. But you know, like I don't know if I can handle Alejandro right now. I'm still like.
I mean, they both can ride with me if you want, but yeah, I don't know.
I'll take some company. Like I feel like Sparta.
You're gonna leave her alone with Alejandro. No, it's okay. Go with it. If she wouldn't have thought about that.
No, you know what? You're right. I'm not gonna do this to you, Colette. Take Sparta as well. I'll just have a full-on concert by myself, my new ride.
Okay.
That's what's gonna happen.
All right. Whatever you want to do.
Oh, can I have the address really fast, and then I'll just like type it into
yeah.
the phone so I have the GPS or whatever.
She'll give you the address to the club. Ashley and Penelope are gonna say their goodbyes and like give you the keys and all that jazz. And
I'll hug them again and
Okay.
be like, I'll keep in touch, and I guess I'll like take Ashley's phone number. Actually, I don't think I had it before, so I'm gonna take hers.
Sparta and Alejandro. Sparta, you're going to the gym to collect Alejandro. So when you walk in, I'm assuming Alejandro is punching the punch-in bag.
Yeah, it might be a couple of stabs in there, but
just having a nice little fight.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I see him, I'll be like, "Well, we've got orders. They want us to go to the club to meet Lindsey." So you were right about that, but we need to go.
Yeah, let me grab my headphones, because I'm not dealing with Little Miss Hollywood or Little Miss Pissy today.
Dude, you really got to cut them a little more slack. They've been through a lot.
Slack. Look, Sparta. We already fucked up one job. That's why I can't just cut corners. Not this time.
I'm not saying cut corners. I'm just saying.
And as soon as
give them a break every now and then.
You gotta realize that I got other things in my mind as well. Shit is going down in my city.
I understand that, and I already told you how I feel about that.
And you know how favors work,
shit going on too. Yeah, I know how favors work. But everybody's got shit going on in their lives at the moment.
Let's go to the club. Yeah, let me grab my headphones. I'm not really talking to Colette.
All right, I'll see you outside. Sparrow will turn around and walk out.
Alejandro's gonna go into his room, grab his headphones, put them on, and just blasting the most satanic fucking death metal you can think of.
Also, Nyx has been working on her own combat line. Which is pretty much like all black, like very like skin tight, all black stuff. And she has her like bigger leather jacket with all the pockets for her throwing knives and like to hide the two blades that she has always in the back. But that's kind of like how she's dressed right now, like all in black, all sleek, comfortable, very like agile movements and stuff, but like nice, like it's all nice fabric, it's all like nicely crafted and simple, but
Colette's in her usual get up.
Same flannel shirt or a t-shirt and some jeans, or the clothes that Nick made.
Yeah, whenever she sees Alejandro and Sparta and Colette like get in the car and whatever, she'll get in the car, turn it on. I did 3 successes for beautiful driving.
Perfect. All right. You guys are all gonna get into the cars. Does Sparta and Alejandro join Colette?
Yeah, Sparta will jump in the front seat.
Okay. So you guys get in the car and pull out of the driveway and make your way towards the jazz club.
Making my way downtown, driving fast.
Yes, that's exactly what Nyx is doing. It's an even shorter travel for Nyx because she is speeding through
And I'm
the
driving effortlessly, bitch.
in her amazing sports car. Colette and the guys will be just a little bit slower because they're not driving this fast sports car through the streets of New Orleans. Obviously, it doesn't take too long to get to the club because, as you guys know, it's not that far away from your safe house. So you guys pull up, park on the street somewhere, and you're slowly getting out of the cars and, making your way into the club. When you guys get into the club and you go to approach the area that Lindsey usually is, you notice that neither her nor Lev are in the club.
How is the club? Like, is it full? Like, what's going on in the club? Are there suspect, like, kindred there?
Do a wits and awareness roll if you want to look around.
Yeah, I'm scouting.
Definitely gonna be looking around too if he doesn't see Lev there.
Okay, go ahead. Ooh, sorry. Bumped my mic.
Three successes.
Holy fuck. Wow, the dice today are fucking on fire. I got a double crit.
Sweet. How many?
So 6 in total.
Nice. So as you guys are looking
Three
around,
successes.
as you're looking around the club, it looks normal. It's this club in particular is like usually medium capacity, not super full. Typical type of environment. You've got a different jazz band up there tonight. They're playing their music, doing their thing. People are vibing, drinking, having a good time. No one in particular necessarily sticks out to you.
Okay.
Look at the others and say, it doesn't look like Lindsey and Lev are here. Who are we supposed to meet?
Someone said we were supposed to meet somebody.
No, I think we were just like seeing if they were here. As this
Thought
is
this was
like, you know,
Alejandro's idea.
Oh, I thought that's what you and Penelope had talked about and when you came out and said we're supposed to go to the.
I said the plan was to go to the club, and then Alejandro stormed off and didn't come outside. That was his plan. He wanted to go to the club, so here we are.
We could always backtrack.
Sparta will say, let me try and get a hold of Lev and see if he wants us to do anything. I'll take out my phone and message Lev saying, we're at the club, wondering what our next move is. And then send it.
I'm gonna scope around. Jenna, is there a place where Nyx would be completely out of the eyesight of people in case I want to do something?
If you went back and sat in Lindsay's booth, That's probably, if you want to be inside the bar and have coverage, that would probably be the best place to sit. Although, is that where you're gonna attempt to go? Because
No,
that
I'm just
would.
asking
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Okay. I'll mention because with your roles you would have noticed. People are sitting in the booths that they don't usually sit in.
Who's sitting in the booths?
Just people drinking.
Who's sitting in Lindsay's booth?
Who is sitting in Lindsay's booth? In Lindsay's booth, there are 2 couples sitting there drinking, talking.
Okay, never mind. If it was a group of guys, it would have been different.
So, Alejandro, do you have any other ideas? I mean, we're here, but Lindsay's not.
Yeah, and nothing from Lev either.
Yeah, Liv has not responded to any of your messages.
I don't know if, like, this is kind of sus, isn't it?
It's weird because considering they had Travis, Lindsay did say that she would more than likely have answers for us today.
She
Yeah.
might still be
So
questioned
something.
at the Elysium.
She could be. But right now, my questions are being raised heavily. If something may have happened to her or Lev. Because when you think about it, even in the most difficult times, Lev has always responded almost.
I mean, if he's working and he has his hands full, he won't be able to.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm sure as soon as he gets a chance, he'll message back.
I mean,
Well, we could
he's always
swing
back.
by the Elysium. See if anyone's there.
If not, we could always try to backtrack a little bit. See if these guys are stupid enough to go back to their old places that we know of. Because sometimes people will do that. Because they think, okay, they compromised this place, but they're focusing on somewhere else. Let's go back to the other place.
Well, let's go try to figure out if anybody at the Elysium knows what Lindsay is up to and if we need to worry or not. And that's the last place we saw Lindsay at in Lev.
Yeah.
We dropped off Travis, and then yeah, maybe we could check out the place we picked up Travis at, if nothing.
We can check out the place with Travis. We could check out the motel again, just a drive by check out. We need to try to figure out who those ghosts were.
Just one of many more questions that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's go to the Elysium.
Yep.
Alrighty. So you
I
guys
do
are...
a last go of the bar just in case I missed anything, and then I'll head out.
Just looks like everybody's enjoying their night. Nothing unusual. Except for the fact that Lindsay and Lev aren't there.
And after seeing Nyx drive like super fast all the way here, as we walk out, Sparta's gonna say, "I'm riding with Nyx."
Okay, so you guys are gonna make your way back to the cars. The
Slow,
Elysium.
slow down a little bit. I know you got a sports car. Slow down. We don't want the cops on us.
What, are you jealous? She's gonna hop on and turn on the ignition.
Sparta hops in and
Nah,
says,
not
"Drive
really.
really fast."
Drive
But-
really
3
fast.
successes. I got double again, double 10.
If you guys get a speeding ticket, you put attention on us.
No worries. I'll just
Pretty
like,
sure
flush a
she can
smile.
handle a cop. Colette's
I'll
gonna
just
get
flush a
into the car.
smile. It's okay, Alejandro. Don't worry about me. And she'll leave. She'll go.
Pretty sure a
Alejandro
toreador
was
can
just
talk
gonna put-
themselves out of anything, so.
Alejandro is just
Sparta's
gonna put
just-
his shit back on and like just completely ignore Colette.
Sparta
She
eggs.
is
Nick's
gladly
drive
welcoming that. Colette's gonna get in the car and drive away. Thankfully for the both of them, the Elysium is just a few minutes away, so it's not that far.
In those 2 minutes, like, Nyx is cranking some music and is singing and, like, you know, a completely different vibe. Very different vibe.
So it only takes a few minutes to get there, because like I said, this is just a few blocks away. You guys probably could have walked there, to be honest. So you park and get out and start to make your way through the courtyard. You do notice that there's a couple of people in the courtyard. They look like they might be like council members. They're sort of like sitting in the corner talking, just like a handful of them. Doesn't look out of the ordinary for them to necessarily do that. This is just a meeting spot for them.
Yeah.
And are you gonna stop and talk to anybody, or are you guys gonna keep making your way into the actual inside?
Do we notice if there's any like guards like we've normally seen around?
There's no guards outside. You're outside in the courtyard. This is the courtyard above ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and say hi.
Okay.
Good evening. Hello.
They'll
I'm sorry.
all stop talking at once and sort of look up at you. You can get the feeling immediately that these are old vampires. There are 3 of them sitting there. None of them are any vampires that you've met. So you don't necessarily recognize. You probably have seen them, obviously, but you don't know them. And one of the ladies will look up at you and say, may we help you?
Oh, no, I just thought it would be common courtesy to just, introduce myself and say hello and wish you a good night, good evening. I don't want to waste your time whatsoever, but as I'm passing by, I'm new here, so.
Well, that's very kind of you. Hello. I think we all know who you are, but
Yes.
my name's Agnes, and this is Steven and Peter.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you officially. I am Nyx. I had to change my name, so no more Eden. I'm Nyx. And yeah, actually, you guys would know if the sheriff is here right now, would you?
I haven't seen her tonight. If she's not at our club, then she's probably here somewhere.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Agnes, it's been a pleasure. Stephen, what is the other one's
Peter.
name? Peter. Thank you again, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Now that I'm feeling a little bit more quote unquote comfortable with this environment, I maybe shall see you again in better times.
Certainly.
And then she'll just like awkwardly leave.
They're all like kind of looking at each other like, all right. it's not really custom to do what you just did, so like they are pleasantly surprised, like, oh, she has good manners. But a lot of people don't usually approach the council. I mean, not that it's a bad thing, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just kind of like something that a lot of people don't really think about doing, you know? Uh, but hey, they welcomed the manners and you saying hello. And they're gonna sort of, you can like hear them sort of lightly begin to chatter as you walk away. And you do hear Agnes say, wow, she's really coming along. You kind of hear her say that softly as you walk away. It's like they're impressed, like, all right, not normal for that to happen, but I'm not gonna not like it.
Nick's throwing off like every
Yeah.
type of like common courtesy amongst kindred.
They're just like, what in the hell?
Hi, I'm new. I just wanted to say
I'm
hi.
new here in case you didn't know. They're like, yeah, bitch, we know. Like, we could have like had you killed the first night of your existence. We definitely know who you are. Very cute though. Very, very cute that she introduced herself as if they don't know. Which is funny that you mentioned that, because the way one thing that they will appreciate about how she just interacted with them is she treated them as an equal, which is not necessarily like respectful, and because they're not an equal, but like they appreciate the gesture of like her just being like, hi, nice to meet you, like, I don't know if you know who I am, but so usually it can be seen as disrespectful to treat someone who is basically a higher rank than you as an equal, but they don't necessarily take offense. Like, they're appreciating the gesture that she's trying to do. So they're not necessarily threatened by Nick, so there's no need for them to be like, rawr. Get out of here, peasant. Because they are elders and council members, so they do hold some position.
Some like very.
They run this
positions. Yeah.
Basically, they're right underneath the prince, so
Yeah.
they have a lot of power. Faux show.
And Nick says, per usual, not knowing at all what they are. It's like,
yeah, Colette is sort of gonna watch you, and she's like intrigued. She's like, wow. And she's like, and she looks at Sparta and she's like, Toreadors really can't get away with anything. She's gonna say that.
Right?
Because Toreadors just have this like ease when it comes to people and conversations. They don't even necessarily have to use their powers. People are just naturally attracted to them. When they use their powers, then it's like even more so. But Colette is sort of in awe of your abilities, so to speak, of like, wow, damn. Just like, this is why I love a Toreador, because they can just do shit like that. Colette is like complete opposite. She's like the bull in the China shop. She's just like angrily rah, bumping everything and creating chaos when she doesn't mean to necessarily. But yeah, anyway, you have your little interaction with the council members, which is really wholesome and cute. Then I'm assuming, gonna join the others again.
yeah. I'm gonna join the others and be like, the nice group of people over there said that they didn't notice that if Lindsey was in here or not, but they said that if she wasn't at the club, she probably is here somewhere. So we could just like maybe go in and check it out and see. Ask the.
I gotta say, I've lived here for like 40 some years and I've never talked to a council member. I am very impressed with you right now.
You got more balls than me.
Yeah, they're kind of like so we're kind of like freshmen in high school, and they're kind of like seniors. And you know how it's like kind of there's this unspoken rule that
Oh no,
as a
I was friends
freshman,
with all my seniors.
yeah, you would have been.
We could tell.
Anyway, yeah. I'm that explains a lot. Anyway. Yeah, you
Cool.
do
Okay,
you little freshman.
awesome. Yay! That's exciting. She's actually very happy
Colette's
about
gonna
it.
kind of like look over at the council members like she wants to go talk to them, like she's actually envious of you in this moment. Like, I wish I could go talk to them, but she like doesn't have the guts to go actually approach them. Just gonna like glance in their direction as you guys start to walk further into the courtyard, into like the secret
I'm
entrance.
gonna like smile at Agnes and just like walk.
Smile. Agnes is like, bye.
That would be a hard no from Sparta.
Nick's making friends everywhere she goes. She doesn't even have to use her damn powers. Anyway.
So we walk in.
Yes. You walk into and you start descending. Yeah, you would, which we haven't really talked about him. You would see, well, you wouldn't see him right away. His name.
Well, yeah, because like we need to go down the set of stairs,
Right.
and like then it opens up in this like basement crypt thing, right?
Yeah. So you guys haven't really explored this area. You don't really know. Well, Colette would know, obviously. But the rest of you wouldn't necessarily know the places that you're kind of allowed to go and not allowed to go because you've only sort of been to one or two places.
Yeah.
So as you guys are kind of walking down the stairs into that big space that you guys are familiar with, it's empty. There's no one around. There's nobody in there. And Colette is kind of like ushers you guys to like follow her, and the hallway that you guys normally take that takes you down the cells is off to your left. And she leads you to your right to a different hallway. And this hallway is similar to those who have been down the hallway. It's similar to the other one. It kind of twists and turns, kind of long, except along the way there are rooms along here. It kind of looks like offices. This sort of section of the Elysium seems like administrative, if that makes sense. It kind of looks like office meeting type rooms, like things like that. And eventually it sort of opens up, and this section looks surprisingly like a receptionist area. And there's a desk, and really there's you guys never have been to this section, but there's a really beautiful, maybe Sparta and Alejandro might have. You guys can decide. I don't care. There's a really beautiful crest on the wall behind where Roman, who is the keeper of the Elysium. My mind just always wants to say asylum, and I'm like, that's not it. That's a crazy people house. Anyway, and you see Roman, who let me get his stuff pulled up because I haven't talked about him at all. He has short jet black hair. It is greased to the side and styled very neatly. Just in his look and the way his hair is styled, and you can't necessarily see all of his outfit, but once he is standing up, the way that he dresses, he looks old. He looks like he's from a different century, sort of like same vibes Catalina. He gives you sort of 18th century type vibes, and the way that he is dressed resembles a Spanish officer. Sort of what a Spanish officer as attire would look like. He doesn't have any weapons or anything on him, but that's sort of like the vibe that he has. And I don't know if you would see this necessarily. I guess if he got up at any point during you guys talking, he has a cane that he uses, but he doesn't need a cane, so it's kind of mysterious as to why he uses a cane. But he has this really cool cane that's like super intricate, and he uses that when he walks. He has a small straight mustache, dark brown eyes, that beautiful olive skin, and he's like average height, average weight. So you guys see Roman.
Cute.
Yeah, he's attractive. He's an attractive Spanish man from Spain.
Hot.
Yeah, he's hot. If you want to go with that. He's older. He is an older gentleman. He's not like super young. He looks like he is probably in his like 40s. So
Nice.
he's like a proper man.
Silver fox.
But he, when you guys are approaching him, he sort of like looks up and nods and says, "Oh, good evening, Colette." And addresses her and sort of like looks at the others of you and sort of nods. And she's just gonna kind of approach and be like, hey, Roman, do you know if Lindsey is around anywhere? We're looking for her. We haven't heard anything from her or Lev. He's gonna kind of look, and it's funny because it's almost as if he's like an actual receptionist. That's like the vibe that you get from him. He literally will start flipping through some type of book on his desk as if he's like looking through a schedule for Lindsey, as if that exists. I'm sure they have some sort of thing. And he's gonna, oh, wow.
Oh, hi.
That,
No.
okay. Anyway.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
On the desk, he's gonna say, hold on just one moment, and he is going to, you guys are standing sort of at the desk, so you can see over. It's got like the tall like back of a desk. It's not just like a, open desk. It looks like a proper reception desk. And he opens off on the right hand side. There's like this square box sort of thing that is closed, and he's going to use a key to unlock it and open it up, and it has a bunch of buttons. This is like some type of contraption that you guys have never really seen before, and he's gonna push one of the buttons and it'll light up for a second, and then start blinking, and then he's gonna push it again, and then it'll like stay solid, and then he's gonna close it. And he's gonna look at you guys and be like, okay, I've sent word that you guys are looking for Lindsey. So, if you guys want to just hang out in the area, I'm sure we'll hear back soon.
Sparta will look at Roman and say, thank you.
Yeah. Did you guys need anything else?
No, but whatever you have going on, I love it. You look fabulous.
He's gonna like smile and sort of like look down, and like if he could blush, he would blush. And he's like, oh, thank you.
No, you.
And you get this strange, like, he seems really shy. Like, he's like, oh God, oh, like, the pretty girl's talking to me. Like, that's like he doesn't seem very confident.
And then, I don't know, she'll probably just go around the room and like kind of like probably look at the crest if it's really pretty and really well done.
Yeah, it is.
Or shit.
It's like behind him on the wall, and it is really beautiful. It's a crest that you haven't seen anywhere. But it's there, and it is very intricate and well made, and you would definitely like it for sure. Colette's gonna, after you guys finish talking to Roman, he's gonna turn around or she's gonna head back into like that big open area that you guys usually are in.
Carter will just follow her because he hasn't been here either. I decided, so he'll be looking at the crest with her. Be like, I wonder what it means or whose crest it is.
Yeah, I've never seen this crest before. Roman,
Yeah.
what is this gorgeous crest?
Oh, this is the crest of the, I forgot Catalina's last name. What is her last? Abrera family. Catalina's family.
Oh, makes sense. It's beautiful. Of course, it would be her crest.
Yeah. He sort of like goes back to looking at the stuff on his desk.
Well,
like,
there's nothing else around there, right? Colette.
Not really.
Where's Alejandro?
I don't know.
Alejandro's still in
somewhere.
Still in the car? Is that what you said?
No, he's
Sparta.
he was with you, but he's still listening to music.
Yeah, so in this room, it's sort of, that's all sort of what's in here. There are because this room, like the hallway sort of like opened up into like a bigger room where you can like see him in the center with the crest and everything. And there are 2 rooms off to the side that the doors are closed. You're going to assume that those are probably more like office type rooms or meeting rooms or something.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like this whole area, there's no other hallways or anything. It's all just like rooms that are have the doors closed that are scattered along the way.
After like she just takes in the whatever like crest and stuff, like she'll just like turn over to Sparta and be like, maybe like let's go to Colette, I guess, and hang out.
I
don't know.
I never would have guessed that there was like a whole office building here.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I guess it
that's
makes
the point, right?
You guys haven't even seen the upper floor. Because you guys aren't
If
allowed
you've
to
got to
go
run
up
a
there.
city.
Yep. I mean, it would be awesome if Roman maybe could take us around for a tour.
He sort of looks at you and he's like, I mean, it's not typically of what? What do you want to see?
Oh, I just, I'm new. By the way, I'm Nyx. Hi. And
Sparta.
I've never really been here apart from a few times. My first time I was supposed to be killed. And then, I've been here for the meetings, the whole city meetings and stuff, but haven't really gotten the chance to explore this place. And obviously, I know better than like going to explore stuff by my own, right? I don't want to overstep on anybody's toes. So that's what I'm saying. You clearly have knowledge of this place, so maybe you could be our tour guide. I mean, we're waiting. There's nothing to do. I'm bored.
I mean, I guess I could show you around a little. I mean, there's a lot of restricted areas.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to convince you to take to the restricted areas. I just,
Yeah.
The areas we're allowed to see.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way. Anything on this floor, in this sort of section, the hallway you just went down, you can explore all you want. You could go into any of the rooms. There's nobody here at the moment, so you wouldn't be disturbing anyone. So you can feel free to explore. Don't go upstairs. Obviously,
okay. No,
I would
upstairs,
need to be with you for that, and usually that's only under certain circumstances that you probably, never mind. And I wouldn't necessarily go down the other hallway.
Okay. No hallway, no
There's
upstairs.
usually people there to stop you from going down that hallway, so but this side of the area over here, yeah, you can go into any of the rooms that you want. You're not going to be disturbing anyone tonight, so feel free to look around.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, she'll like take Spartus's like arm and like, be like, "Let's go adventure."
Let's do it.
Let's go on an adventure.
Let the
Okay.
exploration begin.
All right,
Yeah,
so
she'll
where do you,
literally like just open every room.
okay, where do you guys want to go first? Because there are 2 rooms. There's 2 rooms in the room that you guys are in currently, one on each side, and there are 3 rooms along the hallway.
Well,
So
let's
there's
go
5
to the
total.
closest one on one of the sides.
Okay. So you guys go into one of those. So this room, when you guys walk into this room, it opens up and it looks like a really big conference room. There's a long table in the center of the room. It, like I said, just looks like a conference room. There are some like papers and different things kind of scattered around on the table that looks like they have been there from previous meetings and whatnot. Obviously nothing super important, otherwise they likely wouldn't have been left there. But yeah, it's pretty plain in this particular room. There's not a whole lot to see in this room.
Sparta will look at Nyx and say, I wonder what kind of meetings they have here.
I have an idea.
Oh my god.
She'll like just be like, I'm like,
Fuck.
and like do this like very like as best as she can like impression of like
Oh, okay.
a Catalina movement.
I thought she was gonna do something
know?
different, and I was gonna say no, abort.
Like a very like trying to
Okay.
mimic that like unnatural whatever movement that she's been picking on the like older vampire generations, and she'll
Becomes
just, like,
very
go to the,
stiff.
like, yeah, very stiff and just walking like it's probably ridiculous. Like but she'll go to the like at the head of like whatever. She'll like pick up some documents and be like, okay, now we are here today to discuss blood bags. Yes or no?
Yes. And I would like to put forward the motion that we have blood sprinklers.
Parties.
Yes.
I will put that in motion. We have to have our full council here to approve, but I would make it a monthly event.
All in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Puts down the documents and pretends to like stamp it. Approved. All right. Perfect. We're great. Nyx is gonna look at Sparta and be like, "We're great at this." Like, okay,
This should
let's
include
do.
us in all meetings.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, we're done with our meeting. Let's see what's out there. Refreshments.
Ooh, maybe they have those in the other room.
Yes.
Let's go check it out.
Okay. You guys are gonna go across the hall into the other room. All right.
Yep.
So you guys open the door. And surprising to you all, there's like a group of 12 to 15 people just like hanging out in this room, talking to each other. And when you like open up the door, they sort of all like look at you in unison and stop talking.
Sparta just looks at Nyx. Uh-oh.
And I'll look back at Sparta and be like, "I got this." Hi. What are you guys doing here?
One of the guys speaks up like toward the back of the room. He's like, "We're just waiting."
Huh. What are we waiting for? Is this a party? Is this the party waiting room?
They sort of like all look at each other and then just look back at you.
Okay, give me 1 second. She'll go out and like go towards Roman and be like kind of like go close to him and be like, I thought that there wasn't anybody here. Why is there 15 people in that room?
Oh, those are just, in case we need anything quickly.
Didn't think there was an actual snack room.
He's gonna just sort of like look
Wonderful.
at you like, I mean, feel free to help yourself.
Yes. She'll go back in there, pick the 2 most attractive people in the group, and be like, "Come with me. Your wait is over." Come.
They gladly get up and follow you wherever you take them. Take them
I'm
into the
gonna
conference
go
room. Bow
to the
chicka wow
conference
wow. We're about to have a
Gonna
meeting of
grab-
our own.
Sparta grabs two and goes to one of the rooms in the hallway.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna feed. A hunger one, bitch.
Okay.
Yep.
You feed.
Um,
I'm assuming neither of you kill anyone.
No, I
definitely
brought
not.
2 exactly for that reason.
Perfect.
I didn't even want to like render them completely unconscious or whatever.
Right.
It's just like give them a little, you know.
Just
and
enough.
for me also, yeah.
All right. So you guys go into your little rooms and do your thing and bring them back.
Yeah.
And again, once the door opens, like all of the chatter stops and everybody just sort of looks at you. It's really strange. They don't talk when you're in the room.
About it. Don't worry about it, honey. See, you'll get your chance.
They look envious of the 2 that were with you. They're like, "Oh man." So you return your refreshments. There you go. You
Yes.
found the refreshments.
Oh, I love this. I'm like, as soon as she's done with all of this, she'll turn around to Roman and be like, "This is awesome. I'm gonna come and hang out here with you all the time."
He's gonna laugh. Be like, look back down at his desk. You get the impression that not a lot of people probably talk to Roman. He
like,
probably
not a lot of
spends
people
most of
talk
his
to
day in here
townsfolk
alone.
people.
Yeah, well, not only that, but he probably spends most of his day in here by himself, like not doing a whole lot of anything.
Oh man, I'll come and
He's
keep you
lonely.
company, baby.
He doesn't know how to interact with humans anymore. Or Wayne doesn't know how to have human interactions anymore, I guess I should say.
Well, I mean, after all this, like, I would say, like, at least, like, a half an hour, 45 minutes have passed.
Yeah, roughly.
We should
So,
go back to Coke.
yeah, I was going to say, what are Colette and Alejandro doing?
Yeah.
So, Alejandro, what has he been doing in this, like, 30, 45 minutes? I'd say probably 30, 45 minutes have passed.
At the 35 mark, he just takes out his headphones and pretty much starts looking around, wondering what the hell is going on.
Colette is gonna, she would have made her way out of the hallway and is sort of standing against one of the walls, like kind of just waiting. But eventually she does start, like, she's getting antsy and kind of bored. So she's going to start kind of walking around that big, huge room. So Alejandro, are you in that room with her or did you stay like in the hallway?
Yeah, he's in the room.
Okay.
He just literally took off his.
All right. I'm assuming he would have eventually sort of made his way into there. into that big room with her.
No. Alejandro looks at Colette like, "Hey, yo, Colette,
Mm-hmm.
we've been here for a while, haven't we?"
Feels like it.
I have a strange feeling that Lindsey and Levy ain't here.
Colette's gonna start walking toward the hallway that you guys shouldn't go down. And you will notice, you two, that there isn't anyone standing there. So usually there is a guard somewhere, sort of standing toward the entrance of this hallway. And she's gonna notice this, and she probably was more too scattered brained and kind of spaced out to like really be paying much attention. But she's gonna walk closer and sort of like eyeball the hallway, and she's not saying anything. And she's gonna slowly start walking down the hallway. And Alejandro, you can see her from where you're standing. And when she gets about like halfway from like the entrance to where the hallway like forks off like it does, she's gonna stop. And from where you are, you can sort of like see that her body has like tensed up. And she's gonna say without moving, "Alejandro, I think we have a problem."
All right. Alejandro starts making his way towards Colette. The second he hears the words, "I think we got a problem," he's already closing his fists.
So as
And
you
he makes his way down to Colette.
as you walk closer and you get sort of within range, and you're now sort of, because this hallway is, remember, these hallways are pretty narrow, so you're sort of like kind of coming up behind her, sort of beside/behind you. It hits you too, and you can smell blood.
We're not supposed to be down here, but
Where are the guards?
that's what I'm thinking.
Colette's gonna slowly start walking again and like peer down the left, like, because what you're looking at right now would be a wall in front of you, and it goes off to the left and the right to open up into like where the cells are. And she's gonna like look down the left really slowly and then look down the right really slowly. There's no one down here, and it is completely silent. She's gonna say, should probably alert Roman. And then she's just gonna disappear around the corner to the left as she says that to you.
I'll go back, tell Roman what's going on. Don't go in too far.
So you're probably
Please.
gonna like cross me and Sparta, who were going to
You're
be
just like-
returning towards.
Hey, there's some refreshments in that room back there. They're like totally living it up at the moment.
Pays to explore.
Okay, so you're gonna rush back. You would run into them before you get to Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of probably in the hallway, I'd say somewhere.
Do we
along-
have? Well, as soon as I see Alejandro, is like, oh, do we have any news?
Something's fishy. I need to go and talk to Roman. Stay here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So Alejandro
Okay.
goes to Roman. Yo, Roman.
Yeah.
We might be having a problem.
Okay. I am in the business of fixing problems.
Yeah. There's blood smell coming out of the restricted halls, and there's no guards.
Soon as you say that, he grabs his key and opens that box and pushes this big red button. And the button is flashing. He slams it shut and he disappears down the hallway and
Ooh.
rushes past you two.
Does he fleet out?
He's going to the hallway, like to the other corridor.
I don't know
And
what's
bodyguard
going.
in disguise.
It doesn't sound good.
At this point, Alejandro is holding pretty much his hand to his holster.
So
yeah,
And
as
he
soon
walks
as Nick
towards-
sees Roman fleet, like she'll take the.
So you two, because you would have been in the room with Roman when he pushed the button, you two would have been like sort of closer to the big room. When he pushes that button in the room that you guys are in, those spiral staircases that you always see Catalina go up, they start moving and they're shutting. And now that spiral, where the spiral staircase was, is completely shut off. And there's just a stone wall there.
Okay, now I know there's something going on.
Guys,
Where's
this
Colette?
castle might have been compromised.
Where's Colette?
She's up ahead. Let's go. We ain't got time to talk. Hold whatever fucking weapon you have ready. Because there's no guards down there. At all.
Let's go. Inspire
Let's
will
go.
start walking towards the hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Alejandro.
All right. So, you three, as you go down the restricted hallway, which Nyx is the first time you've ever been down here. Sparta and Alejandro, you know where you're going to make your way to the cells because you both have been down there. Well, they don't know that Alejandro has been down there. But you sort of rush your way through the windy, twisty hallway, and it opens up into the hallway or into the cells. As you're getting closer, the smell of blood is getting stronger and stronger and more overwhelming the closer that you get. And as soon as you sort of make that last turn that opens up into the cells, instead of standing where the guards normally be, good English, Jenna, normally are, there is Colette and Roman, and they're sort of frozen in place, staring at the carnage in the cells. There is blood everywhere. You can see the guards. They're both slumped on the ground. Blood is everywhere. Everyone that's there, go ahead. Well, I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's a small enough space. You'd be able to see everything. You see two guards, sort of. One is sort of in front of where Colette and Roman are standing. The other person across, the other guard, is on the ground over there. There's lots of blood. In the second cell, there's somebody that was in there, has been killed. All of the cell doors are open, by the way. And toward the back where the other guard is, you can see legs of someone on the ground. But you can't see the rest of their body. You can just sort of see their legs sticking out, that they are prone. And as you're sort of looking around, taking in everything, movement catches your eye from the third cell on your left. And as this person sort of rises and steps out into the light, they step out into the center of the cells and look towards you, and this evil smile on their face, and they say, "I was wondering if I'd ever get to meet you." And Sparta and Alejandro, you recognize this person. It was that nasty, disgusting, rotting person that was locked up in that cell beside you. You can immediately recognize their clothes. Both of you remember their clothes looked like they belonged to some sort of military person from a long time ago. And this person that you couldn't see any of their features necessarily because they were gross and nasty. But they come out of that same cell that they were locked up in and are wearing those clothes. So you can assume that is that person. And they're now standing in front of you, covered with blood, with this evil grin on their face, just looking at you. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh, man.
Oh my god! What the fuck, Jenna?